Hi, welcome to Quilty Pleasures. I'm Angie Kirk, the owner. I'm going to give you a virtual tour of the shop and with my new accessory here. Don't mind this, I'm just recovering from left shoulder rotator cuff surgery. So I will be picking up with this hand and letting you know what is available at the shop. So follow me. So we have been here, I've been the owner for 5 years now and really having a wonderful time being the owner and chief bottle washer, I guess. We rely a lot on our Wendy over there, who's busy working on our Saturday sampler, which I will show you later. And of course, Caitlin, the camera woman extraordinaire, who also does the Feature Fabulous Friday. So I'm going to start a little bit with our 30s reproduction wall. We have a large selection of 30s. We have a large Lori Holt club that we meet here every second Wednesday of the month. And we use a lot of this reproduction 30s fabric to supplement all of the Lori Holt projects that we always seem to have going on. And we also carry the templates on our wall over here for the new Prim quilt that just recently came out. This is Lori Holt's most recent quilt, and we do have the Lori Holt fat quarter bundles to make that quilt, or anything else really. This would go with actually any quilt that Lori Holt has. And she has another line coming out in January, I believe, or another quilt coming out in January. The line is due to come in this month, but we are experiencing a lot of delays from all the mills, so it might come the beginning of January. But I will post that on Instagram. If any of you like to follow me on Instagram, it's quiltypleasures.sv, and look at the logo up there for the Quilty Pleasures. And because there's another Quilty Pleasures in Geneva, New York, so you want to make sure you follow the right shop. Okay, all right, come with me. Here is our selection of batik. Last year I was lucky enough to go to Bali with my family, and I brought back 168 pounds of batik fabric right from the factory. So we have a little bit of that left, but a lot of this, I have a little bit of from batik selection, batik textiles from Robert Kaufman, Moda. I kind of select a little bit from a lot of different mills to get a really good variety in. These are some great layer cakes and batiks, and we have the, oh, let me get that up there. We have these, we were part of the Bali Batik Club from Hoffman Fabrics, so they would send out a dozen of these little fat quarter bundles once a month, and they're all color coordinated, and we still have some left. We're running low on some of the months, so if you like having your batiks color coordinated for a particular project, this is a really good way to get that all in one compact little bundle. And here are some more fabrics that we have. Some of them are 108. I will show you the 108 fabrics as we take a tour through the shop. Here is our patterns. We have a lot of Elizabeth Hartman patterns also. I'm getting kind of low because we've done a lot of these projects. Another one of the patterns I like to carry a lot in the shop is the by Annie.com. We have a By Annie club that meets every second Friday of the month, where our customers will come and work on whatever project, By Annie project they want, and our teacher is kind of a self-expressed expert in the By Annie patterns. She's made so many of them and probably knows how to do every one without having to have made every one of these patterns and projects. But she can help you put in a zipper. She's just really good at, telling you what to do as far as the directions on how to figure all this stuff out. And we do carry the buy any zippers, the buy any hardware. Over here on our notions wall, again, we have the fabric mesh. We carry the clear vinyl. We do have the fold over elastic, which I've ordered a lot more. It's coming delayed in shipping, of course. And I'll go over the notions wall in a little while through the rest of our tour. We have a lot of gelato ombre fabric, so if you're looking for some kind of a cool background, we have that. That's left over from our Saturday sampler from last year, but this is the from E.E. Shank. They have a really beautiful selection of ombre. And up here on the wall is where we have our old row by row rows, and just on display as kind of a history of the shop and what we did in each given year. And this year we are also working on the new row by row patterns. It's going to be exciting, so I can't wait to reveal that to you probably sometime in January of what we're going to do. And we recently received these wonderful Sashiko Indigo fabrics from Windham Fabrics. I love this beautiful wave and this, you know, pretty texture. They really go well with any kind of Sashiko type of projects you're gonna want to ever do. We also have a Sashiko panel with all kinds of different patterns. They make great little pillows or great practice blocks for quilts as well. And here's a small sampling of all of the patterns, or sorry, panels that we have. When I get a bolt of panels, I like to cut the first one off and hang it up for display. This is a nice embroidery one. We have, this one is a Christmas apron with the matching pot holders and the straps. And we have placemats also in this line. Hang on, I didn't need to pull so hard on that one. But this one is placemats. It's a succulent line. I try to get a good variety, a little bit something for everyone that they would like. But we have, this one is a, I think everyone has seen this one of the quilting ladies and their cute little comments. We have Christmas panels of a cute Christmas tree. Man, this thing with one arm really sucks. Okay, there we go. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. Here's a brand new panel that just came in the other day that I will show you. It's sunflowers and a little cottage in the background of the fields. But we do have a lot of like farm themed ones with chickens, and we also have a cute little panel for children with the alphabet to make a cute little quilt or book. You know, get those creative juices flowing. And here's our color wall. I'll start with the blue. We have a lot of different selection. We have the Jennifer Sampu, a lot of her fabrics in here. We have a lot of, I really like these quilted linen by Robert Kaufman. We have these in all sorts of colors. They make great backgrounds, borders, backing, binding, anything you need really that you would ever need in a quilt. And we also carry Laura Hiney's Potpourri line. This I've distributed among the color wall because other lines have come in, and now I have put other things in its place. But so this is it goes from light blue to dark blue, and then the next one over is kind of the teals going down to the dark teals and turquoises. Again, here is the Robert Kaufman Quilter's linen, with 2 different colors. Here's the thatched by Robin Pickens for Moda. We have a lot of the Northcott Toscana, which make great blenders, and also of the Stonehenge also. So it's a really, really good selection. And here now we get to our pinks and peaches, light pinks. Here's more of that Laura Hiney Potpourri line, Toscana, and then to the dark pinks down there, and cranberry color. Now over here we have a great selection of Robert Kaufman Kona. So we were running really low during the pandemic, but we have since been getting our inventory back up to par, and we have all of these great colors. Plus I've got another big shipment coming in. We have the new Horizon, the new color of the year for 2021. No, it's not that one. Oh, here it is. So this is Horizon, the new Kona color of the year. It's a beautiful blue. It was funny when it came in, there was, you know, those blue masks, that surgical mask that we have to wear. It was sitting right beside, I took my mask off, and it was the same color as this blue, so I put it on top and I photographed it when I Instagrammed it. It was really funny. We all had a good laugh about that. But here are all our blue colors, and we are really low on blue because everybody wanted a lot of blue solids for masks and mask making, backing, and the front. Our greens are coming back up. I'm almost needing to get another shelving unit to house all of my Kona, but they have so many beautiful colors, and I just want and need them all, like you do, right? Okay, on this side of the aisle is our kind of our juvenile lines. We have, let's see, this is a cool line by Robert Kaufman. They're called Acid Lime Alien Heads. And so many people, this is my second order because the first one flew out of here. This is the Area 51 line, and everybody loved this line. I have a little bit left in this one of spaceships and people, government officials experimenting on the aliens, and then getting beam me aboard, Scotty, right? So that one has been a popular one. This is all the fabric we have with our sewing notions in, and we have a big Salidi from Robert Kaufman Quilting Treasures. What's this one from? This is Blank Quilting Company. So a lot of different selection to choose from. Here we have, like, this line here is for what we have left for the children's. This is the Snarky Cats. We have, you know, ice cream cones. This was really kind of cute to make masks. Here's our rock and roll line. So we have all the rockers and all the different graffiti and lightning bolts and skulls that go with them. And this was a popular one too. Remember all these toys that we had as kids? And maybe our kids' kids have these now. So now they have made a fabric for that. That's Riley Blake right there. And of course all of our fabric is high quality quilt quality fabric. We don't buy anything that's you know, not the best quality. So we have our red and white. Last year our it was our Saturday sampler was the My Red Brick Garden by Bunny Hill Designs by Moda, and it was red and white. So I bought a bunch of supplemental fabric to go with it for backing or borders, or if you wanted to change up some of the blocks even. We have, this is kind of where I've assembled all of our animals. We've got birds and llamas, flamingos, sloths, turtles, horses, sheep, koala bears, and sharks and whales. Unicorns, of course. Can't forget about those. And this is more of our fairy line. This is our Beauty and the Beast line from Riley Blake. and fairy castles. These are flip-flops. This is graffiti. We have this in 108 too. I'll show that to you as we go on later because it's a really nice print. And this is our Ruby Star Society, what we have left from that line, and letters from Paris. So it's got postage stamps and that sort of thing. And this just came in too. This is a generic football line, so it can go with whatever team you choose for the football fan. Helmets and footballs. And this is we have a good selection of remnants. This is our Kona solids. This is what's left of our batik, and these are just regular leftovers that we have in here. We always try to keep a good selection. And then moving right along, this is our red section of the color wall. So this goes kind of from the lighter reds to the darker reds to the crimson. And some of these are just a great color. This one, for example, is called Red Barn by Riley Blake. It is the border on our block of the month for this year, and it's just been a great color. I've had to order a bolt several times because it's a red that seems to go with a lot of different things. And we have, like, I try to keep a good variety. We have the brick, if you want to make some kind of art quilt, little houses. When Moda put out that village pattern, a lot of people got that for a little brick house to make that. And then moving right along, here is our browns, light browns, gray browns, red browns. Here is our purple this is our red purple to our amethyst, more of the lavender tones. Down below is all of our oranges, rust, what's left over from some of our Halloween lines. And then down, okay, still looking at the orange. Okay, and then over here, this is our floral section. So this is all Tilda up to here. We've got a good selection of Tilda. I've got more coming. I've got the woodland line coming in January and another line coming in April, I believe. But these are all the Tilda fabrics really go well with one another. So if you needed a pink or a mustard or a lavender, any of these would go with it. And then these are all leftover lines from other floral lines we had. This one is really cool. This is art gallery fabrics. I love the little birds and the owls and the trees. This would be a good, cute little block to make. Fussy cut out a little owl for some wintry quilts. And here's most of the Laura Hiney Potpourri line that's left over. Once these go down a little bit, I will put those in the shelves once I get room. I have a little bit left over from Moda's Abbey Rose line. Don't have much left of that, but I do have the new Robin Pickens line now from Moda in that I will show you also. And then on this side of the aisle, we have kind of our travel and tropical section. We have surfboards, and we have, this is cute because it's little cabanas, and this is like a Hawaiian scene. Oops, let's move that over. There we go. So this makes actually a great Hawaiian shirt. If any of you are into apparel, making apparel, we've got great shirting fabric. Well, it's not shirting fabric, it's quilting fabric, but for shirts it would be a great pattern to make that with. And here we have trailers, and we have fabric in both that you could use for backing, for both in the white background and the black background for all the states, if you're making any kind of a state type of quilt. Now this one is the California map. This is Moda, And Moda's doing a panel for each state. So the big part is over here, but you get these little blocks to go with it, and all the different great spots in California for skiing, for wine tasting, for surfing, whatever you want to do. California has it all, don't we? We're lucky to be here. And then down below we have a lot of a farm. We have this leftover from Robert Kaufman's library of rarities. We have wine and corkage, chickens, and here's more travel. And we have one bolt left of the old guy's rule. Every time I get this in the shop, it sells out immediately, because, you know, what else do you get for your man but an old guy's rule quilt or hat or placemat or anything, really. And we do have some ocean type fabric with shells and crabs. Some of this is Riley Blake, some of this is, that's Hoffman. So, and this is Tula Pink here, left over from her Zuma line. And then we have all of our grunge. We've got a lot of grunge. I'm trying to build up our grunge. I ordered, you know, several bolts to try and build it up at a time. So all of this is grunge here, grunge, 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 grunge. And all the different varieties of colors. I don't know if any of you were following me during October, but I was doing that block of the month stitch along, that the pattern that Moda sent out. But instead of doing it in pink and red, I did it in teals and turquoises and greens, and it was just stunning. I haven't put it together yet, but I will. So there's more grunge. And then down here we have what's left of our Harper's Garden line, and it is great kind of peaches and dark peach, taupe, navy blue, light blue. It was a beautiful line. We made our our block of the month last year from this line here, and that's what's left. And then on this aisle we have a little bit of our Australian fabrics that are left. So these were really, really popular and to make masks and, you know, any kind of cool pattern, because the patterns are so unique and interesting, and I've seen a lot of great projects made with this fabric. This is all kind of more of our Riley Blake, left over from the different lines from all of our different Lori Holt quilts that we make. And so you never know when you're going to need a little piece of something to, if you've made a mistake in your old, you know, your older quilt, and you need to, if you're still working on it and you need some more, well, we have it most likely. And then down here happens to be a Christmas line, even though it doesn't look like Christmas, but I just loved it because it could be really year-round. This one is called First Frost, and it's by Contempo or Benartex, and super high quality, but I just love the patterns. And I made some little gift bags out of that line, and they're just super cute. And over here we have all of our polka dots. So lots and lots and lots of polka dots for any project that you need polka dot in. It's most likely we have it. And who doesn't love polka dots? Polka dots make me happy. And then back over here we have our green portion of our color wall. And green, 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 green. We've got 5 of greens. We have so much green, but people always seem to need green, so I always have a good supply on hand. And these are all of our fat quarters. So if you ever need a fat quarter, we got a lot of the new stuff, plus the older lines that we have that you just can't get anymore. Plus, if you ever wanted a specific fat quarter of, say, this fabric, you know, we are happy to cut it for you. We do not mind at all. So moving right along, here is our yellow to goldenrod to our beiges, taupes, neutral colors, These are, I always keep these well stocked for backgrounds and any other kind of, you know, project you need. And here are our blacks and grays. And this is our black and white. And these are all of our white on white. We always have a good selection of these as well. Whenever the fabric reps come, I always get, you know, 3 or 4 bolts of each one, different patterns, just to keep a good variety on hand all the time. And here are all of our fat quarters for batiks, and I'm happy, like I said before, to also cut any kind of fat quarters you need right off the bolt. This is our selection of Aurifil and of Metler. Our Aurifil's looking a little low. We're waiting for a shipment to come in. I also wanted to point out these great color builder bundles. You get a light, a medium, and a dark color of each of these Aurifils. And it's a great way to build your colors for the Aurifil, you know, because they are expensive, but you know, it's such good quality thread that, you know, it's always good to have on hand, especially if you're working on a project and you don't have that perfectly matching thread that you need. This little advent calendar here is, these little stockings are made out of wool. We have the pattern book for that, but we're sold out. We should be getting in some more any day now, I hope. And this was really fun to make. I had a really good time making the little booties on the quilt. Another gal, Kathy, made the background for it, but we just took we used Toscana for the background and then got a variety of greens and reds for the border, and the rest is wool. And I sewed the buttons on. It was really fast and fun, and I liked making that one a lot. This little quilt, Be Clothed in Love, is our red work quilt. That's a pattern made exclusively, or you can purchase it exclusively at Quilty Pleasures by one of our teachers, and she designed that. And we have a lot of exclusive patterns here at the shop that I can point out to you as well. And this is another one of our sampler quilts. Wendy made this quilt. And here is a selection of all of our books. So we carry a lot of the Annie's Quilted Skinnies, Tilda, Hot Chocolate Sewing. This is Riley Blake, and we do have a class called 1 Hour Quilting. And Kathy does that every Thursday from 11 until noon. And she shows you how to do one quilting pattern for 1 hour. So I don't know, I suppose a lot of you have taken quilting classes in the past. And you know, the teacher has you for 6 hours or so, and she tries to show you as many patterns as she can in that small amount of time. So you practice for 5 minutes and you move on to the next pattern. And then, I don't know about you, but after, you know, at 4 o'clock, 4:30, when I'm done with the class, my head is swimming and I can't really remember what I learned like at 10 o'clock. So what we do, we've taken a different approach, is we do one pattern per week. And Kathy will sit with you and make sure you're positioned perfectly, your shoulders are in a good spot, you're not hunched over, you know, to get those bad neck aches. And just has you draw it out.
It just stopped. Oh, never mind.
Is it still going? Okay. And she just has you draw it out, and she says if you can draw it, you can quilt it. Well, she gets a lot of her inspiration from these books, and they're really, really good books, and they go step by step on your quilting, and it builds. In 6 weeks you have a really good variety of quilting patterns that you have in your, you know, arsenal type of thing for borders or blocks. Over here we have all of our fairy frost, and I tried to keep a good selection of that as well. Here's black with the gold gilt on top. We have all sorts of great batting and Insulbright. We carry Insulbright right here for the hot pads. We have interfacing of all different, I guess, lightweight to medium to heavyweight. We also carry, in our shop, I carry only Quilter's Dream batting. So they also cut the Quilter's Dream batting, and it's the Select, which is the not the lightest but not the heaviest either. It's the medium weight. And they cut it in 18-inch strips, so which is perfect for table runners and for, you know, placemats, any kind of smaller project that you might need it. We have Soft Infuse, which is the ultra thin, which is good for any Laura Hiney project. These are samples of our Quilted Skinnies book up here, and you get 8 patterns in one book, and I've made some of the samples for some of the patterns, not all of them, but I'm working on them. I'll get it done sooner or later. Here's our flannel. We are getting kind of low because everybody has been buying a lot of flannel this time of year. So this is Moda, this is Farmhouse Flannels, and it's really rich and luxurious and soft, and everybody loves that flannel. And here is all of our plaids and stripes and more plaids down there. And this is our section of our discount fabric. So everything is marked down to $8 a yard, and usually during our sales I mark it down like 50% off. So you're getting it for $4 a yard during our sales. And then over here, this is our coffee station. When we used to be able to have classes, and hopefully we'll have those classes back again, our coffee station will be up and running, and our snack center. We have to keep up the energy for all of us, those quilters. And here is what we have left of the Tula Pink line work. So we have some charm packs left, 1 jelly roll left, the layer cakes are all gone, and this is what's left of her fairy dust. And I'm just letting you know that the newest line for Tula Pink is Curiouser and Curiouser. It will be coming out in April, and I have purchased or ordered the entire line. So that will be here at Quilty Pleasures in April. This is our new block of the month starting in January. So it is called Fabulous Fall. And remember that border I was talking to you about earlier? The Red Barn by Riley Blake, that's on the outside. So it makes a beautiful frame for this fall feature, and it's really fun. So if you like it and want to sign up, please contact the shop, and you too can be part of this. All the blocks are ready to be distributed, so just let us know if you're interested, and we'd be happy to sign you up and get going on that. Over here is where we have all of our jelly rolls and strip rolls, and we have a good selection of those. And if you ever need anything, I'm always happy to order whatever you need if you can't find it anywhere else. Here we have a small selection of our Civil War. A lot of this, most of this is Moda and Henry Glass. They seem to do the best, in my opinion anyway. Oh, and Andover too has a really good selection of Civil War reproduction fabrics. And here is where we carry all of our 108. So I try to keep a good selection of 108 on hand. And again, if you need a particular color, I'm happy to order it if I can find it for you. And I have more coming in January. So if you don't see anything you like here, never fear. We've got new stuff coming in just about every day. So here is the new line from Riley Blake called From the Heart. It is a Valentine's line, and it's really cute with these little love letter notes. Hello, my love. And really super cute little sayings and flowers and hearts, and it'd make a really cute little quilt. And we've got gingham in here and hearts, and we've got the opposite here with the white background and then the red background. And then over here we have all of our nursing fabric. During the beginning of the pandemic, everybody was wanting nursing fabric and doctor, paramedic, the first responders basically. And so I heard what you were asking for and I ordered it. So we have all this camouflage. We have firefighters, flames, paramedics, EMT, all sorts of medical personnel type of fabric you could ever want or need. And it's just stethoscopes. They make great gifts for those first responders that we love and need and respect so much. This again is more of our bundles from our Valley Boutique Club, and these are all 1-yard cuts. I had signed up for a bunch of shows to do this year, but of course the pandemic said no, you're not. So these are all 1-yard cuts off the bolt. Some of these bolts we don't even have anymore. So, but this is what's left, and they're $12 for a 1-yard cut, which is pretty reasonable. And yeah, so moving on, here's our entrance to come in. Got all our Christmas decorations up, and we have these cute little kits of these little woolen mittens. We have these mittens. I love these little kits from this company. They make great felt kits. It's a complete kit, and you don't even have to make Christmas. They make other little birds, and we have all sorts of different little projects that you can do by hand. We have a lot of these divided baskets. These were going to be a class until the pandemic shut us down again, but we do have the patterns, the baskets. I can help you make them. They're really quite easy, so never fear, there's always help. Here is where we have all of our wool. We have a lot of wool. Weeks Dye Works, and this is when I made a lot of those little stockings on that advent calendar. And we have wool little packages and charm packs, and we have a little bit of the thread left too for them. And here is what's left of Christmas. So we have a lot of great Christmas fabrics, but it's getting low. So if you are looking for some Christmas, come on in and get it while it's here. This is another pattern of that advent calendar for the stockings. This is another pattern in that book. That you get a lot of great patterns in that book, and we have that here at the shop. And this kit here is Visiting the Village. This is a kit that we put together it's Camp Joy by Canvas Studios, and the quilt is over here on the wall. It's a 1-yard panel plus the borders and a small little 9 patch around one of the borders. It's an easy, really fast quilt. Wendy put this quilt together and quilted it with big stippling in about 5 days. So it's super easy, and we have a lot of great fabrics in there. We have 2 of those left. So if you're looking for a really quick project, there you have it. And this line here is Be Kind. This is from Northcott, and these are all like bees. Everybody loves bees. We gotta save the bees. So this is a bee little shopping bag. That's the panel, Be Kind. There's the front, there's the back, the straps, and then you get a cute little pocket here. You can put your name on it. and put your phone in there. And I lined it all. You don't have to line it, but it just makes for a nicer bag. And I only have 5 of these bags left, so hurry, hurry if you need some. And I love the words of these bees too. And I make these little heart pin cushions from this line. I thought it was so sweet. And I make a lot of these. These are great little gifts too. They're 10 bucks. And moving on over here, we have the new line from Bannertex called Catitude. And you've probably seen this before. Oh, I'm going to sneak over here and show you the panel. We have it in white and also in black. So the colorway works if you like the dark or the light. And then it has, of course, all the coordinating colors in the purples, blues, teals, and greens. And I love this line. If you're a cat lover, this line is for you. It's so fun. And then over here we have these are our new arrivals. This particular line is called Solana by Robin Pickens, and it is by Moda, and it goes all the way around. All these beautiful sunflowers. Plus matching coordinates. This is a beautiful, beautiful line. And we also made a fat quarter tower of every one of these fabrics. Plus there's 2 panels that go with this line too. Those are over here. This one is a French proverb that says, "Wherever life plants you, bloom with grace." And you can use all of the coordinating fabrics to make a quilt from that. Or if you wanted the darker version, this is keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see the shadows. It's what sunflowers do. It's a quote from Helen Keller. So 2 beautiful quotes there that would make anybody happy to receive a quilt made with that in the center. That would be so happy. So over here we have the new Robert Kaufman line of Silverstone. Now this is so gorgeous. Don't know if you can see this in the camera, but this silver is all shimmery and it's got that beautiful silver glint to it, and it's in every one of the fabrics, and it's just so rich and beautiful. And these fabrics, they look like marble. So if you have a project in line for something like that would need that, this would be a great line. And it's got flowers and all sorts of just unique and beautiful and rich looking designs. It's very modern. I like to keep some modern stuff in here as well as traditional, just a little bit for something for everyone. This is Free Spirits line, and this is called Sanderson, and it's beautiful spice, sienna, and all those beautiful colors that work so well together in paisleys and flowers, and it's just a beautiful line also to work with. And in the center here, also from the Solana line, I did make a divided basket out of this line, as you can see, and I put on the nice little vinyl handles with the little gold rivets to give it a little extra something something. And we have some charm packs left, and we do have a couple of layer cakes left, so don't let those get away. And here we have a large selection of zippers, for all your project needs. I try to get a good selection of colors. Here we have all of the By Annie zippers. These are zippers by the yard. And in these zippers, you get 4 yards of zipper tape and 16 zipper pulls. So you can get a lot of projects. Say if you're making a backpack and you need the large zipper to go around and then some smaller ones to do the, you know, different pockets. It's good to have matching zippers. You don't spend a fortune on zippers also, and they all match. And we have, one of our teachers is a wonderful bag maker. This is the Squiffy Sling, and she made a sample out of the Australian fabric, which I thought was really cool and unique. And then over here, she made this bag called the Totes Ma Tote, and she made these handles. Well, this is all out of cork, and she used this fabric from the Library of Rarities line. Isn't that cool? So she's an amazing bag maker, and I'm so lucky to have her with one of my teachers. And then over here we will show you the new Unicorn Magic line. So what little girl doesn't love magic unicorns? So I got this line. It's super cute. So for the little princess in your life, and it also has the pearlized outline of the windows and hearts and rainbows and stuff. So it gives it that little extra sparkle. And this is the panel that goes with it. So you could cut those out and, you know, border those with some of this beautiful fabric in the teal, purple, lavender, pink, and dark purple too. And this is another line from Robert Kaufman, which has been really fun. I really like this bolt here. I'm going to let this fall. There we go. This is a cool fabric. I thought it was so unique. Showing the My Town part of it with the sky in the top. Like, wouldn't that make a wonderful project? Okay. And then over here, we're going to go to our notions wall. Just wanted to point out a couple of things. We carry the Quilter Select rulers, which in my opinion are the best ones. They have that coating on the back that will not slip on your fabric. And we have needles, pins, all sorts of other little notions. We have the Best Press. We carry the Terrial Magic, which is like starch on steroids. And quilting gloves, friction pens, 505. If you need anything, all you have to do is call, and I will put it in my cart, and then I will call you when it arrives. And over here we have some bag patterns. We like to do a lot of bags, and we just have some patterns that are floating around the shop. I kind of try to intersperse them. We have 1 yard cuts here on the end of the bolt. Here's our patriotic. We don't have very much left. This is what's left over from all our lines from this year, but I've got more coming in next year, to be sure. All the newer stuff. And as far as the potpourri lines go, I do have a couple of, or maybe this is the last layer cake left. We did make one of those divided baskets out of this as well. It's just the cutest, and that's how it looks. If you put it, you can just dress it up so much if you just put a little bit of vinyl handles, some sparkles on it. And we have more quilt patterns over here. I carry the Quilt Factory patterns for the baby quilts. They make really cute patterns or quilts. And these quilt patterns are all like the Laura Hiney and the kind of the bigger quilt patterns. Okay. Over here is a new line called Sunny Fields, and it features the, as I showed you before, where it was hanging up in the panels. This is the panel. These are the matching fabrics for the coordinates. We're going to make a sample out of this. It just came in yesterday, so we're going to make a sample out of this sometime next week. And these, I think you might be very excited, are the new Free Spirit called Abandoned series. And these are really cool, especially for modern quilters. And it's just kind of the grungy, this is called like London Gridlock, this is called Cracked Shadow, this is Faded Tile, Urban Grunge, Writing Specimen. They've got great patina, and we've made fat quarter bundles out of each of these. So I'm happy to make half yard cut fabrics out of these fat quarter bundles, or half yard cut bundles. And these are great background. I've got a couple of projects that's kind of tinkering around in my mind that I'm going to be using some of this for. Over here we have the Via Rosa little patterns. They're $2. Shows you the instructions on the back. They're easy little patterns, but they're great because you can make them into quilts or anything you want, really, in whatever size, because the block repeats. But if you want an inexpensive way to build up your patterns, this is a good way to do it. Another great book that I recommend is this Scrap Basket Bounty. And right here on the table is a quilt that I finished. Let me find it. Here we go. It's called Dazzling Duo. And this is the quilt I made here. But by turning the block, you can make this quilt, you can make this quilt. So each of these blocks makes 3 quilts. It's a really, really good and versatile book to, you know, build up your scraps, or get rid of your scraps, actually. When I had finished making this, I had a lot of batik scraps, and so I thought, wow, this is great. I've got to, you know, get these down, and I didn't even make a dent, so I don't know what happened. They seem to grow overnight. This is a quick sneak peek of our Saturday sampler that's going to be ready in February. It's 9 months, and here's some of the blocks that we're working on now. And we're going to have a little bit of, we're not going to do these 2, but these 2, and then these 4 little blocks in here with applique, and the rest are going to be pieced. And it's all in batik in these colors, and it's going to be stunningly gorgeous. So look for that in January. That's going to be ready soon. And I think that might be the tour. If you have any questions, please feel free to call the shop at 805-581-1157, or follow me online. Again, Instagram is quiltypleasures.sv, and look for our logo. And you know, feel free to call the shop, email. I check my emails every day. I try to get back to everyone. Hopefully I'll be out of this contraption soon, and we will be back here again in January. We're open during the week of Christmas and New Year's, but we'll be closed on Christmas Day. But you might want to look forward to having a big sale on Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. Okay? Have a quilty day. Thank you.